summer nights and noons? Do you yawn when they speak of sunny Spain? Could you live without ever seeing old Rangoon? Then come with me and let's go swinging on the moon.
Swinging on the Moon is the very first song on the record, and Mel Torme had done a version of this many years ago. He's such a part of this song musically, and I wasn't sure how we were going to reproduce it, but we gave it our best shot, and I think it came out really great.
Let's have a honeymoon on the moon, honey.
I think the title kind of encompasses what the record's about. It's a fun record of songs I've always wanted to do, and a lot of them are swing and jazz related. And I just thought that was such a cool title, Swinging on the Moon. I mean, it gives people such different visuals of what it is.
Just help yourself.
There's certainly challenging songs to sing from a singer's point of view. And I like a challenge. I also like playing with melodies a lot. You certainly can't touch those lyrics, but melodies you could play with.
Birds fly over the rainbow. Why? Tell me why can't I?
I have a friend named Mike Kelly who's been in the business for years. He introduces me to a lot of these obscure songs, a lot of the obscure singers, and I'll say, wait a minute, you gotta hear this one. Wait a minute, you gotta hear this one. And this song, I Worry About You, stuck with me.
Whatever you do, bring it on home when you're through. You're mine, don't forget, 'cause I worry about you.
Chicago's obviously a huge city with a lot of ethnicity, and being first-generation Greek, I was raised with a lot of Greek culture. Very passionate people, very loud people, very passionate. They always sound angry, but they're very passionate about almost everything they do. It shows in their culture, in their cooking, their music, of course. My father was in the restaurant bar, imagine a Greek in the restaurant bar business, and he had this one particular nightclub at the time when I was growing up, and a lot of bands came through there, jazz bands, the pop bands of that era. I was a drummer. I started off playing drums, so my dad would say, let my kid get up there and play. So I'd go up there and play. So I was enamored by the whole thing, the whole process, the bands, the music, the sounds, the lights, the attention. My God, you know, it was just consuming. I realized that I had a voice of some sort, and I came up front as a singer and learned guitar. And when people start recognizing you as a singer, then you're like, wow, I could sing. Oh my goodness, that's pretty cool.
I'm going down to the crossroad, trying to flag a ride.
I got into the loop of session work while I was still in Chicago, which opened up some other doors to jingle houses and production houses here in Nashville, which brought me to Nashville. I met a man named Pat Patrick, and he's a big band leader here in Nashville. And I went in and sat in with him, and I've been with him for about 10 years now.
I hugged her and she hugged back.
It's certainly a big band situation and a jazzier element of the music side, which I didn't completely come from, you know, and I learned a lot. So it was a great education. It continues to be.
You're so young and beautiful. You're everything I love.
I've always been about great melodies and great singers. I've always admired them because they could express something with their voice musically and touch you. Soulful singers always did it to me. Sam Cooke is one of my favorites. Rod Stewart, who was influenced by Sam Cooke. Tony Bennett from the jazz, big band era. Sinatra, of course, the king of it all. Mel Torme, as far as the jazz greats go. Dean Martin, who was also such a personality, and you couldn't keep your eyes off of the guy. So all these influences kind of developed me into I guess, what I sound like, you know, as a singer.
Snap your fingers and I'll come running back to you on bended knee.
Recordings are almost a sense of immortality, of passing it along, of being remembered personally, but also to pass along some of the great information, some of the great music that I came into contact with. And that's why I chose the songs that I chose in my heart that mean so much to me and I think need to be passed along and remembered and learned by next generations and appreciated.
Turn the key and let me in to that same old door. I had it, but I lost it. Now I got a broken heart to mend. I don't care what the cost is. I got to find a way back in. So snap your finger, I'll come running. I'll do anything to get you back again.
Can you tell me a little bit about when you were growing up as a small kid, what it was like being there?
No. I remember the 4th grade was the hardest 5 years of my life. I went to my psychiatrist the other day. I told him I thought I was a dog. He said, get off my couch. Came home the other day, my good friend John was making love to my wife. I said, who told you you could do that? He said, everybody.
Are we still rolling?
Is this thing on?
Why did you come to Nashville?
I owed some people some money and, oh, never mind. Please, come on. Is the camera off? Now the truth is, let me tell you.
Are there any looks into the camera?
Anything smoldering?
He has a lot of trouble loosening up.